but I just like the idea of exploring ideas and taking them to possible places that no one else has before.
So usually I'm Roy C. Booth. I write books, plays, movies. What do you need?
So my first short story, 1979, when I was 14. And I've basically been told, I had some stuff published before, like when I was 8. Most of the paper they have me down as a gothic horror guy, which I take great pride in. But I'm mostly known, well, for example, for plays, I'm mostly known for children's plays.
Roy C. Booth has had 57 stage plays published, with 875 plus productions worldwide in 30 countries in 10 languages. One of Booth's most notorious plays, Beanie and the Bamboozling Book Machine, has been performed around the world by many theater companies. It was published in 1990 and was later followed up by sequels titled Beanie and the Bamboozling Horror Machine and Beanie and the Bamboozling Adventure Machine.
What would you say is your main motivation for writing? Like, what gets you to write on your bad days?
Bills. My other point of success is I am allowed to get up in the morning, do my routine, do what I want to do, the way I want it, any way I want it. Because my writing and my business helps pays the bills and everything else, I can do basically what I want to do. And for me, that's success.
When asked in a 2013 interview whether or not Roy sees writing as a career, he responded, "Absolutely. I have set office hours, and my entire family is trained to treat it as such, meaning if my door is closed, I am not to be disturbed unless someone is on fire or some other equivalent. If the door is slightly ajar, you can come in and wait off to the side until spoken to. Writing is my career and my profession, and we all treat it as such. They're terrific and very supportive, especially my wife, who has a very good understanding of what it is that I do. Thank God."
So I always like the idea of it's a genre that you're not limited. There's no limitations.
No matter what I put down that day, no matter how glacial, it's good. I mean, you're that far ahead. And if I can take care of a goal of mine, short, medium, long term, even better. So I try to work around that way. And if you're going to write for a publication, want your name out there and everything else, realize this is a business. You're working in an industry. Talking about the way the art finds great, but realize if you're writing for publication, you're writing in a business, which is an industry. Keep that mindset.
But what I did is I went to a lot of conventions, or science fiction, comic book conventions, and I would just go in the corner and just sit there, listen, watch. And then eventually they realized, hey, this kid's been here this entire time. Let's include him in the conversation. And then you start building, relationships, and you start networking that way. And next thing you know, you find who's who for an editor and whatnot, and how to submit and whatnot. And and some older writers will take you under their wing and mentor you a bit and whatnot. And other than that, I just wrote a lot of letters. You are writing for an industry. You are writing not only for an audience in a particular genre or medium, you're also writing for an editor who will buy that. Okay, that's where the networking comes in so important. You've got to know who you are selling this to. Not just the publisher, but the actual person who's going to, give you the contract, sign the checks and whatnot.
When asked in the same 2013 interview previously mentioned whether or not Roy had any advice for other writers, he said, "Pace yourself. And as long as you're writing something and you're getting that much closer to completion, even if little by little, it's all good." Whether he's flaunting his amazing comic book collection or discussing his next new piece of work,
comic collector by day, fiction author by night,
Roy C. Booth is a man full of imagination, wit, and great advice for all writers. everyone could learn something from him.
Buy my books.